What up, world? This is your boy Scott, broadcasting live. Today I'm doing a video just about, honestly, it's about people that really care for you, love you, meaningful people, people that are meant to be in your life. And I'm going to share some signs that these people are meant for you. And just not even like a list, I'm not even going to count down or anything. I'm just sharing wisdom and information that I'm learning at this young age and I have learned as well, and that I'm, being mindful of. So, of course, the refrigerator just turned on, so it made a little bit of noise. That's why I raised my voice a little bit. But anyways, uh, anyways, the main thing is how you know people really care about you, really love you, really are there for you genuinely, wholeheartedly. Now, what does this count as? First and foremost, for me personally, it's my parents, and family. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. Like, you don't got to be living with your parents, obviously, to already know that they brought you into this world and be aware that they brought you in. You know what I'm saying? And like they raised you. They've been there for us every second of our life, no matter if it's good, bad, ugly. I don't care. Love overpowers all of that stuff, you know. So bottom line is what I'm saying is, you use common sense stuff. You know, the ride or dies that aren't intimate partners. You know what I'm saying, or friends. I'm just talking about your family. You know, your aunts, your uncles, cousins, mom, dad, whatever. You know, even if they might be scattered out throughout the universe, like it is for me personally. I mean, my parents, they live together. They're still together, and I can see them. You know, simply. You know what I'm saying? I have other family that's spread out throughout the United States, and who knows, maybe even around the world. To be honest, especially in Africa. You know, you know what I'm saying? So, also, what else? So that's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Parents, for sure. Family, for sure. And you don't have to be living with them anymore. You know, just obviously you just make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? But usually, like whenever you grow, and you leave your parents' house, you usually get called to leave your parents' house. You know, this natural instinct of maturity, responsibility, and just getting out there and you know live on your own in a way. And who knows? Find a partner, whatever. But anyway, so it starts with that family. That's just common sense stuff. Two, well, whatever. I'm not gonna be counting all this stuff. I guess this is two. Two is just like how friends, like, just can you ever recollect what type of people really, really, really have been there for you and resonate with you, and are actually very real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all resonate similarly. You know what I'm saying? And I just noticed that with homies that love, you know, whatever, meditating and stuff. It's been a long time since I just chilled out with a whole bunch of people, to be honest with you. It's been a long time, for real. You know, it's been little times here and there, but you know what I'm saying? Just like a time we just kick back and forget about everything, you know? It's kind of rare, you know what I'm saying? Not that rare, but you get what I'm saying. Like where you hang out with a bunch of homies or a bunch of girls or whatever. But what I'm saying is recognize what kind of impact they offer you. Is it reciprocal? Like, whenever you send out a text or a call or whatever, like, are they answering? Are they responding? Like, is it legit? You know what I'm saying? If yes, which it is for certain friends I have, then, that's a cool indicator that you can keep, you know, them in your life, that they're good for you or whatever, you know. And another, just like, I'm not gonna label this as a countdown thing, but just another thing is just like, whenever maybe, like for me, for instance, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking my relationship, my own personal experiences. I've had several girlfriends all throughout my entire life. Elementary, like, no, no kisses or anything like that, but just, just have friends, a lot of friends that are girls, and I was very infatuated with girls. I always have, always will since day one. Deep down, it's our compliment. It shows us, it allows us to surrender, and vice versa too for women. Women, it's supposed to be equal. Women admire us just as much, us men, and they have to learn to surrender as well. And most people don't on both sides. So it's an honor when finally that happens in the rare cases that it does. But anyways, like, yeah, nobody's better or worse. But I had girlfriends in elementary school, like just friends, that were girls. Middle school, okay, then boom, that was another stage, another level of so-called girlfriend where I actually, got them flowers and gave them hugs and stuff, and that was quick. It didn't last that long. And then high school was just, oh yeah, also like on virtual. I used to go on these like this website, like these virtual avatar websites where you get in little chat rooms and people. It's just like a Sims thing, a portal or whatever where you explore other people in the internet. Not on the internet, but just on this platform, these different ones out there. Sometimes I would on there, but that really wasn't my main thing because I'm like, wow, you know, I'm so young, they so young, we're teenagers, whatever. We more than likely probably not gonna meet up at all. Like that wasn't our main focus, to be honest. Like it was part of it. It was just the main thing was like basketball, school, summer, and what's going on here. But then high school, cool. I came to high school, I talked to several girls, had a lot of friends that were girls, a lot of friends that were girls, a lot of friends that are girls, you know, and, you know, intimately, romantically, ones where I really was able to, where we really actually had our own time together and actually went out on dates and stuff like that, real true romance, flirtation, stuff like that, where it was away from the crowd of the whole school and everything like that. It was a few, you know what I'm saying? It was a few, some kisses, you know what I'm saying? And that was cool. Obviously hugs, a lot of intimacy. I didn't have a space to go to. My parents' place, they didn't want me up in there, you know, doing stuff I'm not supposed to be doing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have a space to have, you know, like, I didn't have a space like that. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't have nobody over. I was really just focused on sports, and the spot wasn't set up like that, and it wasn't in alignment for me at that moment. So from then on, I always had like, friends, this and that, and I was able to learn and whatnot. Then I graduate, and then finally, when I graduate, new levels of girls, new levels of girlfriends, new levels of relationships. You know what I'm saying? And like, then we have the love making, the intimacy, you know what I'm saying? We have, you know, in and out relationships, you know, relationships that don't last that long, but they get very intimate and love making and sex and all that stuff. Then we have some that's just single life where you just competing to see how many girls you can get or whatever. You're just like, hey, I'm gonna just enjoy single life and see how many girls I can try to bring home or have fun with or something like that, lustful type of desires. And then after a while that gets tired because guess what? It's just here today, gone tomorrow. And they're doing the same exact thing, trying to choose somebody else, with a whole bunch of guys on their phone, and it's just like annoying. And then after a while, me personally, I got tired of that. I was like, you know what? Hey, I am going to take a lot of time to myself, And that's what I did. You know what I mean? Everybody was starting to go different ways. People going to college, moving out here, there, work, this and that, And then I was like, hey, you know what? I'm about to focus in on this health and wellness. I'm done with this partying stuff like that. At least with those kind of friends. I love the meditation, learning about the herbs and nature and the fruits and veganism, all that stuff. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm about to do that. So that's what I did. I spent a lot of time working on myself, single, even before I was vegan, And then as I was going vegan, that was a whole nother notch of losing a lot of layers within me, for the better, unclogging myself of so much junk, you know, and finally, boom, a new relationship. That one lasted the longest one I had, you know what I'm saying? And then that one crashed and burned a little bit. Well, not, it didn't crash and burn. Whoa, it just flew away. I'll just say that. It flew away. It flew away. It flew away to a median point. That's all I'll say. And then after that, 2 months, boom, another simple, short relationship for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big contrast from a 1 year relationship, almost a 1 year, basically a 1 year relationship, to a 2 month relationship that ended, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? Just ended, you know. And what all I can say is that, okay, everybody on the planet Earth, everybody on the planet Earth, all life form in that is alive and dead is not perfect. Okay? Nobody at all. From maybe a woman or a man who may have the most cleanest, tidiest house and apartment and car and clothes and everything is so neat and spiffy, and at the same time maybe their mental, their emotional, their physical health is very poor and, just out of alignment, to, maybe someone who dies in the spiritual realms, who may be some of the most powerful, strongest, spiritual, intelligent, woke type of people who you know, may have still some dirty spots, aspects inside their life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some things to clean up in their house, but, they're not that big of a deal. Maybe material wise or financial wise, things aren't all high and mighty. You know what I'm saying? So, the point is to make the best of both worlds and to combine both worlds to, rise above on both sides. And basically what I've learned is that, I've been through emotional, mental, and spiritual extremes within me in my life. Stuff that you may not never understand. Maybe a small minority might be able to relate with me. Because it's a wild ride when you follow your heart and you are in alignment, But like, what I have learned is that love is what truly matters. You know what I'm saying? I'm always desiring to have a family, and, a lot of this new modern day stuff, the system, the matrix, numbers, math, well, just like cars, pollution, the city, all this new modern stuff in contrast to how stuff may be in third world countries, or ancient times when none of that stuff was going on like how it is now. It would be a big contrast. So I'm basically combining ancient wisdom with, modern day application, and my point is that understanding what really matters first and being healthy and well enough to be able to function in this world, providing services, you know what I'm saying? A business model, a layout, so you can have the best of both worlds so that you're not out of balance with either or, so that you're not so-called broke, but, happy, and you're not just rich, but depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have both, the best of both worlds, and that's what I'm working towards, moving towards. It's what I'm living in this young sense, and at the same time, I've learned that there's certain things that happen as far as love and stuff like that I've noticed in my life where it just flows. It just comes. Y'all ever notice that? Where it just flows, it just comes. Like you're not searching, scrolling, clicking, trying to memorize, trying to chase and hunt and search and all this stuff. No, y'all ever notice sometimes some of those amazing things, loving experiences, like it just come, it just flow. They just flow. That's the type of stuff I stand for and I appreciate and I love and I accept, you know, and I realize. And basically that's my whole mantra for this stuff, you know. Everybody's going through stuff, everybody's got problems. Nobody on this planet is perfect. Nobody on this planet knows it all. And, we all have a completely ginormous different stack of cards, and factors in our reality of who we are. You know what I mean? But I will say that, you know, if someone truly loves and cares about you and really values you and really wants you to be in their life, despite anything, arguments, fights, whatever, separation, this or that, they will find their way to your life. And you just have to have a deep, intuitive knowing. Maybe whatever, they're requesting space. They're requesting to just let it go, to leave it alone, or whatever. And honestly, it makes sense just to let go. You know what I'm saying? And just to get plugged into the present of what you need to be doing or what you want to do or whatever with your life now. And it may not be concerning about love life. Maybe that's a message to focus more on the material stuff or on yourself or whatever, And you never know. That stuff may find you when you least expect it. Even painful relationships, painful breakups, misunderstandings, heated battles with friends, strangers, stuff like that. You never know. There may come a time, which I stand for, that I feel that somehow, some way, all this stuff will find its way back over here, in peace, in harmony, in gratitude, and in love. So that's what I stand for, to be honest, because you already you notice, you learn that you don't control anybody. And at the same time, like, you can still speak your truth, express yourself, whatever. And at the same time, like, still people, like, the universe will work how the universe will work. You know what I'm saying? It's some deep stuff, for real. So that's basically what I've been saying. As much as times, like, where I've been through stuff, and I just was demanding for so much stuff, expecting so much stuff, wanting so much stuff, trying to force stuff out of someone, And, like, what I realized is that, let things be. Whatever's meant to be will be. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. I love her music. And that's true. That's just words to live by, to be honest. It doesn't mean, oh, just sit